have cotton balls, or cotton squares, or cotton rounds, or whatever kind of cotton you want. Some Q-tips, if you want Q-tips. We have our clean, we're going to pretend these are clean, our clean iPads, or rods. Thank you so much. Then we're going to set up our products. So we're going to have our tint out. Although I'm not going to show you how to tint on the mannequin, I'm going to show you how to tint. Well, y'all don't know how to tint at all. Maybe I'll show you how to tint on them. We're going to have our tinting products out. And then we will have our microfibers. Just going to put everything out. And then I will arrange it neatly. I need 2 of these. I need my cleaner. I need my lash glue. You can lay that down so it's not tipping over and rolling off. I need a spoolie. Now, you don't have to put these in order of use, your spoolies and stuff, because you know what order you're going to use them in. You just pick them up as you need them. I'm going to put these lip brushes, because we need lip brushes to clean the lashes. Okay. Then I'm going to put my iPads. Just one pair of iPads. Put them neatly. And then let's see, I got my tape. Put my tape out here. Where's my Y brush go? I need my little Y brush. This looks like a lot of supplies. It is a lot of supplies. My little Y brush. Is this the new one? I haven't got one on the other one. Yes, it's a lot of supplies and you have to have all of them. Although, you're not going to use them. There it is. Use the one I've already used. My little Y brush out. This is a lifesaver, I'll tell you. Okay. And I'm just going to dig and see if there's anything else that I need. And it is. I need my waving lotion. Now, you're going to have all of your supplies set out, but you're not going to use the actual waving lotion or the actual tint or any of that, okay? So we're just going to set it out. Waving lotion. Our neutralizing cream. And then our lash food, okay? And I'm going to put the lash food out, but I'm not going to use the lash food because I'm not going to waste it on my mannequin. Okay?
So this is the setup that we need.
This is your state board setup. Now, I would, and again, I hate that word, but I'm going to assume that you're going to have to cover it with a towel until you're ready to use it, okay? And then you're going to have your client laid out on their table, and you're going to have a towel underneath their head. I think that one towel is enough. So I'm going to put my mannequin down. Now, we're going to clean the lashes. I'm going to actually clean his eyes or her eyes because there's a little residue left from the class I just did. So I'm just gonna clean it. And you would use your out on the top, in on the bottom, down on movements. You would be much more gentle with their actual eye than I am being with his or hers. Have y'all named y'all's mannequins?
Mm-hmm. They came with the name Diesel.
We were extra when I was in school. We named our mannequins.
Me too.
Oh yeah, we did.
And my husband worked offshore, so I named mine Jody. You only get that reference if you have somebody that works off, because they always talking about Jody's at your house with your woman. So mine was Jody. Just trying to make sure that I'm getting the
Instead of
glue.
using like the cotton spray and stuff, can you just use like the flashes?
What, you mean this? Instead of using this, can you use the
Yeah,
brushes?
to like clean. No, not that. Not like
Oh.
the spoolie, but like the, you know, like the eyelash brushes.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, you can. This is cleaner, I mean, this is cheaper to use these. So I was explaining earlier, you can buy, and look how dirty he is. You can buy a bag of these, 200 of them for about $6. A bag of these with 20 or 30 is gonna be about $6. So it's a lot cheaper to use these. But it's personal preference. Now, I'm gonna take a clean one. I'm just gonna dry his eyes off because I just don't want any residue on the mannequin because this product doesn't like to stick anyway. So you guys are gonna be able to skip this next step. Oh, it's in my pocket. You guys are gonna be able to skip this next step. I have to actually trim my lashes because I didn't get a fancy kit like you did. They ran out, so I got every kit that they had, and it was only enough for all of my students. So I wanted all of my students to have a kit, so I did without. All right, so normally when you're removing lashes from a lash tray like this, you would just pull them. You would grab them and pull them. These are really, oh, these aren't as stuck as bad. The other ones I could not pull it off. You want to make sure that you, anytime you're using these, you want to make sure you remove the silicone glue that's stuck to them. This has a lot of it stuck to it. Then, just gonna pull that one. Trim this real quick. Now remember the rules. We have to make sure that our rods are big enough to where our lashes don't touch the silicone pad, right? These lashes are just a little bit too long. Even after I trim them, they're still going to be a little bit too long. But again, this is not a step that you have to do. You're not going to trim your client's actual lashes. They'd probably be real ticked off if you did that. And remember, you're going to apply the glue, not with this spoolie. You would apply the glue with the microfiber one. So I'm just going to put my, and when you guys are practicing this afternoon, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to put your your lash at the lash line of your mannequin. And then it's gonna have to sit for a minute or two, okay? One thing that I've found with doing this kind of service, you have to be super patient. I'm not really equipped with a lot of patience, so this would not be something that I would offer in the spa. I wouldn't offer this. I'd probably offer lash extensions before I offer this. Yeah.
You said you don't have the patience for lash extensions.
And I definitely don't have the patience for lash extensions. But you get to move a lot more when you're doing lash extensions. This is a
Tedious.
sit and press and hold, and it's very tedious. So I'm gonna put this one again on my lash line. This is the part that's taken the longest for this whole demo. It's just to get it on the mannequin. And then I already know that my large rod is what I need. So I'm going to make sure, so this rod is for this eye, this rod is for this eye. I'm going to glue it onto my eye, onto the lid at the lash line, okay? But not on the lashes, right? Okay, so I'm gonna set this down for a second. I'm gonna let it get a little tacky, because I didn't do that when I was doing the demo earlier, and it was a pain. So, you live, you learn, you do better, right? At least I try to do better. Okay, set that over there. Now, you would have your gloves on if you're doing human. I'm not gonna struggle with gloves to do a mannequin. One thing you need to make sure that you're doing at state board is keep everything neat. If it has a lid, put the lid back on it if you're done with it. If it is open to something, if you drop your spoolie, it stays on the floor. You do not pick it up, okay? It stays on the floor. If when you cut your tape, you're not gonna tape it to the edge of your table, okay? You're gonna cut your piece of tape, then you're gonna lay it down, then you'll cut another piece of tape and lay it down, and y'all will see what I'm talking about in a minute.
Don't
Everything,
pre-cut it.
huh?
Don't pre-cut tape.
No, don't pre-cut your tape. It would, at state board.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I get ready to do this, I'm going to pre-cut my tape, because it's gonna make my life easier. All right, right up to my lash line. Gonna hold it. Remember, we got to do that 90-second hold, even though it's tacky. Then we're going to take our other one. I'm gonna do the same. Right up to the lash line. But not on it. I don't wanna just fluff my lashes because they're, you know, fake lashes. Now, I'm going to show you how to use the iPads, but you do not have to use the iPads today on your mannequin, okay? Because there's only 10, and I don't want you to waste them. Oh, I have a trash can. Throw it away. We're gonna throw everything away as we're using it. Keep our surface nice and clean. Set that down, and then I'm gonna set my eye patch on it, okay? That's the reason I didn't throw it away yet. Well. All right, now we're gonna go underneath the lashes all the way to the bottom lash line. You will have your client look up, and we're gonna go all the way to the bottom lash line. Remember, I don't want to cover my bottom lash line because I want to tint my bottom lashes. Now that's gonna make you have to be extra diligent when you are putting this product or putting these lashes onto the roller. But it's not too difficult. You can do it.
So would we put those on, the bottom ones on first?
No.
Because if the thing's glued to their eyelid and they go to open it so that we could put it underneath there, that wouldn't create a problem.
It might. You might be right. I didn't think about that.
So we actually have to glue the things to the eyelid.
Yeah, this gets glued to the eyelid. So you would just do it the opposite. You would do this and then that. Good thinking. Because I didn't think about it.
I was about to ask you that.
I don't do it often enough to
Right.
troubleshoot that, you know.
This will make me sleepy.
Yeah.
You know, you really don't want your client to go to sleep. You just don't. Because sometimes when people go to sleep, their eyes get less strong, and some people's eyes open when they're asleep. So we don't want our client to go to sleep during this process. We'll talk to them. We will keep them.
But doesn't like them talking, well I know for me, like it makes my eyes flutter if I'm getting my lashes and they're not talking.
It might. It's not gonna. Your eyes shouldn't flutter because you have all of this weight on them. But if your eyes are, but if you're a flutterer, I mean, you might want to have your client be quiet then. All right, now we are going to do this in tiny sections, and by tiny I mean about the width of our one side of our Y brush. Okay. So I'm going to start at the outside. Well, let me show y'all. You're going to use your spoolie, which for me, I don't like this because now I have to throw that away, you know?
Oh yeah, you can't.
It'd be crazy.
You're gonna go through a lot of spools.
At State Board you would, yeah.
In real life, what would you do?
In real life, I would because it's not touching the client, I would probably just use one spoolie. or one lip wand, because it's touching the silicone, it's not touching the client. That actually stayed on a lot easier than it did for the other class. It's the exact same.
I think it was just meant for you to be on this side, not the other side.
Maybe. Hi. You're not leaving?
I'll be back for Lexi's thing.
Okay.
Oh, so this is your last day too, huh?
I think my computer may be locked, baby.
I always make the students go woo woo.
Everybody's leaving.
Yep.
I could be an iPhone videographer.
You really
Just make sure you drop this video to all of us.
I'm gonna send it to like 1 or 2 people, and then y'all share it amongst each other.
Okay.
Cause it takes way too long to try to send it to everybody, and then they don't
facial
get
one
it.
that you sent me took 3 days to download to my phone.
See what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, you actually got it.
Yeah.
A few people got it, some people
I thought I
didn't.
sent it to you.
It didn't upload on my
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, cause I was trying to do it on the phone. I think if I put it on my computer and do it,
Okay.
then it'll upload.
That would be amazing.
Cause it's going through the background.
It takes a long time. Cause it's so long.
I'm not a fan of this process. My attention span is too short for this.
Talking to. At least if I was doing lashes, I could move my head and stuff, but y'all, I'm very impressed with this lash glue.
I feel like I could do this.
All right, now do the other side.
Thank you, Irma.
Tell y'all what,
It's gonna take 3 days.
that other set of strips that I was working with a few minutes ago, it did not work like this, man. It was not this easy. I had to work for that.
I told you, just wasn't meant for you to be on this side.
I know.
You know what I
Did
just
Reagan-
thought of? It'll
what?
probably send easier in an email.
I think it can only be a certain like length for you to email it to them.
Oh, okay. Well,
So I say for each dip in the glue, you have to throw away the applicator.
Yeah, you'll have to throw away the applicator.
I'm going through about 6 of them.
Will it be the
6,
same thing as like with the facials, like you tape a bag to your table, or you
Yes.
actually have a trash? Okay.
You're actually just gonna tape the little bag to your table. I really wish they would let y'all do this on mannequins, because this is pretty simple, man. All right, so now that we have that, I'm going to put this on cotton because it is dirty. You would have a bowl, theoretically, to put that in. Mm-hmm. Now, Just gonna take me a corner, I'll cut a corner off of my number one. Number one is my waving lotion, and I'm gonna take my little bitty microfiber brush. And I'm gonna go from the base to the mid shaft. It's all that I'm perming. That's what this is a perm. You're okay. Base to mid shaft. And we want a good supply of product on it. We just want to make sure that we're not getting to those tips.
So it's stable, we're doing all this with water, right?
This is going to be done with water,
So
yes.
you have to throw away applicators and stuff then?
Yes, you still have to simulate what you're doing. Because this is a single serve package, you do not have to throw away your applicators. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to start from the outside and go across.
So before you wouldn't actually glue the lashes down either?
Yes,
You are gonna
you
do
will
that, just
glue
not
the
use
lashes
any
down. You're just not going to use any product.
And like, okay, do you tell them what you did after, or do you tell them what you're doing during?
That is a great question that I do not have that answer yet. They haven't given me the protocol yet, okay? Soon as they do, we will start practicing however it is that they're wanting us to do that. Now, there is enough lotion in this to do the brow lamination, but because I'm not doing brow lamination right this minute, I'm gonna throw it away, even though it's a waste of product. It makes my heart hurt. But I'm gonna throw it away because I'm not using it right now. I'm gonna take my tape, and then I'm gonna cover my lashes just to hold the lashes in place, okay? I don't wanna put any pressure because I don't really wanna move the product. I just wanna hold them lashes there. Then I'm gonna set my timer for 5 minutes. And I chose 5 minutes because it was really easy to put the lashes on. Now, you will wait the entire 5 minutes.
Who thinks this is a service that they're gonna offer in their spa?
Okay.
I don't know, it depends.
This is a $90 service, y'all.
No,
Oh,
ours
okay.
are-
45 minutes. It's a $90 service.
It might be worth it.
It might be.
Then,
But I'm
so
I'm
instead
really
of the
interested in
tape,
everything.
instead of the tape,
It's
this is
real
what you can use
easy.
the saran wrap, right? Or you would say rather.
I would use tape because on the eyes, because it would cross the nose and they may feel claustrophobic. So
What would what
we're
would
gonna
cross the
use
nose?
the tape, the saran wrap would cross the nose.
Oh.
So I would use tape on the eyes, saran wrap on the brows.
I know a
There's-
friend, I have a friend that gets this done a lot. She loves it.
There's really nothing for you to do because you're cleaning up as you go. There's really nothing for you to do until your timer goes off. And when your timer goes off, you'll want to have either your cotton that you're going to remove it with, or your little lip gloss ones that you're going to remove the product with. You want to have it all ready so that you can just move on with your service. When we are removing the product, we're going to wipe gently away from you, because you don't want to push that product up onto the tips. So we're going to push it away towards the bottom of the eye. That's another reason it's very important for them to keep their eyes closed at all times.
I couldn't get this.
You couldn't?
Mm-mm.
You can't keep your eyes still?
Mm-mm.
Well, that's why you will continue to wear your pretty long lashes. Now, if you have somebody who has, and I think I went over this with you guys yesterday, if they have short curly lashes, you can use this to give their lashes a relaxation, so they will appear a little bit longer, so that you can actually see them. So this might be something that you would want to do for your curly lash girls before you do lash extensions on them.
I'm usually hot, but it's cold today.
Oh,
It's okay though. I took a nap.
I was burning up over there, so.
I'm always cold, so.
So Miss Maggie, how would you charge them if they get that first day in the lash extensions?
You would charge them for both services.
Like full?
Yeah, you would charge full price. You couldn't do this and then the lash extensions immediately after. It would have to be this one week and then the lash extensions.
And like, if they do the lash and then the brow lamination, it's two completely different.
Oh yeah, that's two services.
Yeah.
Now, you can do a lash lift and brow lamination combo and mark like $5 off.
Right.
That way they feel like they're getting a bargain. But yeah, brow lamination is what, $75? Is that what it said? And $90, so you would have $165. So do it for $150.
Right.
How would you like it?
That's a lot of money. For two services.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
two
that ain't
services, baby.
That's a lot
I
of your
mean,
time
people pay
too.
$165 for one set of lashes, so.
That'd be
That's
like
not
an
even
hour
the
and a half
product,
time.
it's your time
For
that you're paying for.
75.
Because like you said, it'll cost us $9.50 to do that to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
but we're charging them $90 because it's taking our
Yep.
time.
And are physically like bending over and doing it.
Yeah.
So we have like an $80 profit.
So I'm gonna take my tape off. Yeah, when you take your tape off of someone, or you take a wax strip off of somebody, put the sticky sides together before you put it into your trash can, please. All right, now I'm going to use this little cotton square because that's just what I want to use. I'm going to wipe down. To make sure that I'm getting all of the product off. I can turn it over, or I can fold it up. However, just want to make sure I'm getting all of the product off. Now, I'm not trying to rub so hard that I am going to pull the lashes off of the rod, right? And once I get the product off, I want to kind of go back and nudge my lashes back where I want them. Throw that one away. Get a clean one. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it's just easier for me if I'm working on the left eye or the left side of the face. It's just easier for me to use my left hand,
Left side is the best side.
says the left-handed person. Nudging them back where I want them, making sure they're in place. I got all the product off. Okay, now I'm going to take my number 2. First, I'm going to cut my 2 pieces of tape. And don't waste your tape. Only cut enough for the eye. Don't cut like that. This is something that aggravates me when I'm watching a video when someone's cutting tape this long for this big of a piece. So don't waste your tape, guys. I'm gonna cut my corner because it makes the product easy to control. And this product is very thick, and it kind of moves around more than you want it to. So I'm just gonna dab my product on, trying to make sure you can get the neutralizer on the tips. It's not gonna hurt it. But you don't want to get the neutralizer on the skin or in the eye. So you want to make sure that you're getting it down to the base. Everywhere that product touched, you have to put neutralizer.
Just like a relaxer.
Just like a relaxer or a cold wave perm. Everywhere that it touches, it has to be neutralized.
So if, like for instance, the other day you said that you were doing that peel on somebody, and they wouldn't be still and they wouldn't keep their eyes closed. If we're in the process of doing this and we have to tell them several times, do we still go through it?
Yeah, you have to finish
You have to
this.
finish
Once
it?
you start, you have to finish. So you want to make sure that your client understands what they're doing and how vitally important it is for them to be still.
What if they get some in their eye?
Oh, that's gonna burn. But we just really need to flush with cool water. Don't have them open their eye. Get a cool, wet compress and let them flush their eye with that first to try to get most of it out. And then afterwards, flush with a eye wash solution. Okay. Tape. Because we're still trying to hold these lashes in place. Okay. And then we got 1 less minute than we did earlier, so we're going to do this for 4. Now, I am going to show you guys the tinting, okay? Because you've never seen the tinting. So I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. We will do the tint before we do the lash food. Oh, and it's tape board. Please don't touch your hair. I know I've touched mine several times. Please don't do that.
Why not, Miss Jamie?
Because your hair is unsanitary. And it is dirty, even if you washed it this morning. And it may have some yeast or something that you could transfer to your client.
So basically, you need to play with your fingers the whole time and not touch anything.
I would put my hands beside my client and not touch anything.
Just technically, nothing is sanitary.
No, you're exactly right. Nothing is sanitary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and another thing, guys, these nitrile gloves are amazing, but if you get vinyl gloves, please do not sanitize your vinyl gloves, okay? The sanitizer will eat through the vinyl, and some nitrile gloves that are not very thick, it'll eat through the nitrile too, okay? So don't sanitize your gloves. They're already clean. What you doing? What you doing?
I really just want you to open my teeth.
Oh, I don't have magic fingers, my love.
I know, your mom.
Oh, okay. Okay. We got about 2 minutes. So, while we've got about 2 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and mix my tint. The reason I want to go ahead and mix my tint, or at least put it in my pot to mix, is to save time. Remember, do not squeeze your tint tube while you're trying to open it. If you're a weakling like me, it didn't work, guys. Okay, there we go. Oh, struggle. All right, so I'm going to use just not even a pea-size amount, okay? It's like a little bitty tiny bit of product that I'm going to use. You do not need a lot of product to tint lashes. Then I'm going to take my developer. This is a level 6 developer, so it's great for all lashes and brows, and especially if they have gray hair. So I put about the same amount of developer in. I'm not going to mix it yet. I'm going to set it back on my surface. And when I am ready to apply it to the face or to the hair, then I will mix it. So I'm going to be very diligent. I'm going to wait the entire 5 more seconds. I'm going to wait all 5 seconds. Okay. Now, at State Board, they're not going to allow you to have your phone. So you're going to have a little timer of some sort.
Can you use your smartwatch?
Nope. They do not want any device that would enable you to cheat.
Jasmine, where'd you buy yours at?
Dollar Tree.
Okay.
It's like a little kitchen timer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what you'll need is a little kitchen timer. Now, this neutralizer, you really want to make sure you get it off too. I did wipe down. Now I'm wiping up because it is not going to compromise the tips of the lashes. I'm really being diligent to make sure that I get all of the product off. I even got some of the color off of it.
How much time think we're supposed to spend on doing it, wiping the product off?
At least 30 seconds. Just long enough so that when you're wiping, you see that it is clean. You'll be able to tell when the product is off.
Because don't they time us?
Oh yeah, you'll be timed. Mm-hmm.
What if you finish like before that time, then what?
Now, it depends. How fast did you finish? Did you finish 1 minute too fast, or did you finish 10 minutes too fast? If it's just a minute, they're not gonna really, because your product may process differently, okay?
10 minutes.
But 10 minutes, that's a little questionable, and they're gonna question you. Why were you finished so quickly? All right, now, I'm gonna put my little package right back there because I want to use it. I'm going to mix my product really well. Once you mix it, it starts oxidizing. Okay. I want y'all to see how much product I have. When I mixed it, I ended up with that much product. Okay. That's enough product for probably 3 sets of lashes. But it's really hard to get just a little bit of product. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint my lashes from base to tip. Then I would paint my bottom lash from base to tip. You're going to paint it on the aloe pad. That's why you wanted the aloe pad. Okay? We want to make sure all of the lashes are covered.
I'm making you sneeze, push.
It's not you. Now, this is not going to change the color of these lashes because they're already really dark. I'm just doing this for your demonstration purposes. And then you're going to process it for the full 3 minutes. Because remember, this is lashes. We've already chemically processed them. So it's not going to take as long for the product to process. I'm going to wipe my brush clean, and then I'm going to shampoo it afterwards once I'm done. Okay, so I'm going to put it back on its little plastic thing. I'm going to take and wipe my cup out. I'm going to tell you a secret about this tint. It's on my fingers. It's going to be on my fingers for several days. Okay? And it doesn't look dark now, but give it an hour, it'll be real dark.
Is that tint with gloves on?
I would. So clean my bowl out. I'm still going to wash it. Okay? I just took the extra product out so that, look at me, so that it doesn't stain my bowl. Now I'm going to leave this on the full 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm going to take and very carefully, because I don't want to get this tint on their skin, I'm going to wipe it away after the 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to wipe all of it away. Oh, it made them a little bit darker.
It still got darker.
Sure did. Come on now. Stop playing. Alright. Now, because I did the tint, I'm going to take some water. Hope nobody spit in this. I'll take some water on my cotton. And I'm going to just really give it a good wipe. And you'll notice that the lashes are going to release from the pad really easily. Okay. Of course, it's actually trying to release from the whole mannequin now, but that's okay. Just going to wipe it really, really well.
Now, they spell Paul Mitchell wrong on this mannequin.
Huh?
They spell Paul Mitchell wrong on this mannequin.
What?
You have to look. You have to look.
I thought it said Pat Goins. It doesn't say Pat Goins?
No, it says Paul Mitchell.
Oh,
Paul
Michelle.
Michelle. Paul Michelle.
Not
Oh.
Paul Michelle.
That's
Not
a
even
mess.
that. That's been wrong.
It's Michell.
Goodness gracious. So I'm going to wipe down the lashes. I just want to really make sure that they're nice and clean. And then, let me see if I can get it to stick back. Probably not. Then, the very last step is your lash food. And y'all, that did make these lashes a little bit darker. Then I'm going to take, and I'm not going to waste my lash food, but I'm going to cut the corner. I'm going to take my, either my lipstick wand or my spoolie, and I'm going to brush it through, okay? You want to brush through and make sure that the lashes look nice and straight. And when I say straight, I mean not crossed. And you want to instruct your client that she doesn't want to put a lot of water on her eyes for the next 2 days, at least 2 days, okay? Because when you perm something, you're not supposed to wet it for 2 days. After you rinse it, you're not supposed to wet it, okay? Then you would take your eye patch off. You start from the inside corner, and you very gently pull it off and throw it away. And then you start from the inside corner and very gently pull it off and throw it away. And then your client is done and you are done. And you just made $90 or however much you want to charge. Now, these have to be cleaned, warm soapy water, and then you want to drop them in your disinfecting box with some Marvicide or Barbicide or ultrasonic, whatever you decide to use, so that they will be clean and ready to go for your next client. And how did you do on time? Good. 53.